this is a 1980 Suzuki GS 450. And 1980 is the best year because that's when all awesome things were made. I was born in 1980.
Wow.
Anyway, we just pulled this out from behind Farmer Ben's barn. It's probably been sitting there since, I don't know, the early 70s. We're gonna see if we can get it to run. It's actually complete for the most part. We're missing an airbox. The seat's kind of shot. Here again, we are missing a key. That's fun, but you know, we got screwdrivers. I can't believe this is all intact. Fenders, pretty straight, chrome, that's not bad. Headlight bucket, fenders, gauges. I always like these wheels. I think these wheels are so cool. I think that's just neat. Let's look in here.
See if that's where Farmer Brown's hiding the key or the MREs.
Yo, did we just score old wrenches? Look at that. Ooh. Some Suzuki wrenches. Look, this goes on there. Give yourself a little more leverage. That's cool, man. That is awesome. That just made this whole everything worthwhile. I know where those are headed.
This whole thing was about to be, whoa, Craig, what you doing? I thought we were sharing those.
Nope. You can have these. And this.
Thanks, Craig. Dang it, back to the bike, Craig.
Okay, there's a tiny little crack in the taillight lens, but it's all here and complete. Chrome rear fender doesn't look bad. Yeah, so if we pull these off, I think our seat will come off. Okay, now that those are kind of out of the way, we can get the seat off.
What a seat it is.
What a seat it is. What's holding this on? Anything? No? Sounds a little rusty on the insides. How about we pull these things off too right away? So, in order to dig it out of the thistles and briar bushes where it was sitting, I had to pull the chain off because the chain was that rusty. I couldn't push the bike, so I yanked the chain off. So that's why the chain's just laying here. But yeah, I mean, that chain is locked up tight as can be. It's starting to look like a pretty handsome motorcycle if you ask me. Where do we start? Not having a key is a bit of a bummer. Throttle work? Yeah, things are moving. This battery's probably not good anymore considering I can just pull it apart like that. I'm gonna say this is not gonna hold a charge.
I was gonna say you probably shouldn't keep touching it either.
What's the worst that'll happen? All right, so let's pull that battery out. I'm gonna clean up this ground here too while we're here. See if we have any sort of batteries with a charge. What are the chances? That it even fits. Dan, this is already going better than most of our Get It Running videos. Okay, so we got some charge headed there. Next step. Let's forget about the tank for now. And let's jump the ignition switch. Let's pull these 3 screws. And that's gonna get us into the headlight bucket where the connector is. All right, so this is the connector we're after right here. This goes right up into the ignition switch. I'm gonna spray a little penetrating oil in there, I guess. Kind of let that soak down in there. There it goes, just needed a little penetrating oil is all. Hey. Let's look at the wire diagram. Okay. I don't have a book, so we're gonna go to the Googler. All right, nice and tiny ignition switch. We got this.
I'm glad you got this.
Uh-oh. Maybe part of the reason it was a little hard to pull apart is those wires got hot. That connector got hot. See that?
Uh-oh. There it is. Oh, this light's turning on.
Nice.
The rear light is.
Oh, there I got a turn signal or a marker light. Oh man.
Lights on the dash were coming up too.
Nice. All right, this is going splendid. Should we see if there's any oil in it?
Is there any oil in it?
Eh, not really. Seems a little dry. I have no idea if this motor even turns over. All right, so let's see what we have. I got all these out. So if we go brown and gray, red and orange. Hey, we got some lights. We got an oil light.
You got the brake lights on.
Fantastic. Oh, the turn signal's not working over there. High beam.
You got a blue light.
Oil light, turn signal indicator, and neutral light. Yo, so we got power. I'm gonna hit the start button and just if it turns or anything. No, it doesn't do anything. I think I know a way to fix this switch. It's worked before. Okay, now that that's working, let's put these back together with our fingers. Okay, so now we should have lights. Yo!
Oh my gosh!
Engine's free. I'm gonna say the engine's free. It was acting like it was turning. Nice. Okay. All right, that's good. That's all good. We still have that hooked to the charger, so that's doing charging stuff. Oil. We do want to make sure we got some oil.
It's exciting, Craig. How's that looking?
Black as night. What are the chances tires would hold any sort of air?
None, because I watched it be flat. You want to try to put air in the tires? See what happens?
Need something to do while this oil's draining.
Yeah, multitask.
That's right.
Men can do it too.
It's not coming out yet, at least not at a pace that we can hear. We're about 6 minutes from riding this thing for ice cream. Okay, Dan.
Me.
You. Let's see if we have spark.
Yes, 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 yes!
Oh, we're gonna want to
I feel
pull.
like it's been a while since we checked for spark.
I feel like it has been. We've just been rolling them dice. Coming up Millhouse, my friend. Let's put oil in before we screw that up. Nailed it. Oh yeah, those spark plugs look fine. Yeah, this is good. This is our breather. See, it comes out of the top of the valve cover.
Oh, and it's got hay coming out of it.
Yeah, probably some mud doppers or something up in there making a happy home. Let's use these old plugs. See if these old plugs will go sparkity spark spark. I'm gonna turn the lights off, Dan, for dramatic effect. Okay, so we have everything jumped, I believe. Lights on. Give this some amperes. I'm gonna hit the button. Let's see what happens here.
See what it does. Hey!
Do we have spark on the other side?
Yes. Yes.
All right, here's where we're at. We have spark. I can jump the ignition switch, so I don't need a key for that. It's not 100% ideal, but it's what we got for now. The bike cranks over. We have yet to go through the carburetors, but I need to get a key because I can't get the rust out and then the gas in unless I have a key for this cap. So I'm gonna run this up to the locksmith. He's gonna try to pick it, make a key for us, and yada yada, whatever else. Because if I don't have a tank, it's gonna be hard to ride the bike. Does that make sense, Dan?
Gotta have fuel.
Gotta have fuel. And I don't feel like wearing the old backpack fuel bladder. And I got a lot of confidence that this old girl here is gonna fire right up once we clean the carburetors and get some fuel to her.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Woo!
Yo! Okay, that didn't take long. I dropped this tank off last night at the locksmith. He called me this morning, late morning, had 2 keys made for me.
Dang.
I know, right? Why didn't we do that last time, Dan?
Well, we didn't want to wait a day.
That actually worked really well.
Things gotta come off
Let me
now.
grab my light. What do we got? What do we got? Put your peepers down in there, Dan.
Everybody loves looking in tanks.
Let the people put their peepers in there.
That's not too bad. Oh, it gets worse the more you move around, though.
Okay, so
Could be worse.
it definitely could be
Definitely
worse.
seen way worse.
A lot of people ask what it is I put in the tanks to soak them and get the rust out. I use Evaporust. The really cool thing about this stuff is it's reusable. So you can get, I mean, it just keeps working. So I use it until it's gone. Like you'll know when to replace it, but you can use it quite a bit.
It starts clear and then it gets darker and darker until
Right.
It's basically
so here,
just saturated, and that's when you can't use it anymore. But that takes a while.
So this is what it looks like new. Get off there. And then, I don't know if this is gonna be a big enough tray for what we're gonna attempt next, but this evaporust here has been used to do a few tanks. So you'll know when it's time to replace it. Okay, so we're just gonna let that soak. All right, let's try, just for fun, let's get a pan and pull this rusted stuck chain off and soak that just to see what it does.
Uh-oh, that tank's leaking.
Oh.
That's leaking all over the place, actually.
Oh no.
Is it all just coming out of the petcock?
Seems to be. That petcock is stuck fast. That should stop it. Good eye, Dan. Good eye. All right, where were we? I'm trying to get this
Taking that cover off.
without
That what, you were gonna break it?
hurting it.
Plot that you're hammering out of there.
Oh no, there we go. Cool.
There we go.
There we go. Hey-oh. That's one rusty chain, Dan. It sure is.
Feel rolling it up.
Well, I want it to fit inside a turkey fryer roaster pan. This should stop leaking, so it should be all right. Let's fit in there. Let's let that stuff chooch. Okay, well, the good news with getting these keys is now our ignition switch, right?
Is that our ignition?
I believe it should be.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. So we can put that plug back together. Let's see what happens. Nothing. I think I have some bad connections here. All right. Now, was a little hard on them pins. It doesn't help that some of them are a little charred. What we should do is replace that other plug side, but I think if I kind of file the bad spot off, we could be all right. There's only one way to do this. This isn't the right way to do this. But since it's melted and I can't get pins in there, we're just gonna break this off because I gotta replace it. There we go. I'm gonna get all that melted plastic out of the way. There we go. Okay, so I got that connector reconnected. Ah, there we go. High beam, got our lights. All right, everything's working. Cranks, nice. Let's do a compression test on this engine quick, see what kind of compression we have out of it. And then it's carb clean. And if you can't tell, I'm just procrastinating, doing everything I possibly can, including derustifying the chain other than cleaning carbs. Let's see what we got. Just over 150? I'll take it. About 1 1/4. Should still run though. Well, Dan, I guess we've procrastinated long enough now.
I mean, you've procrastinated long enough.
You were procrastinating right along with me.
All right, all right.
Let's pop off these, what I can only assume are old pod filters. That's not good anymore. That doesn't filter a lot of air. Love it when they come off so easy. Woo! Look how easy that was. Okay, the slides move. That's a good sign. All right, let's bop these carbs apart. Only thing I'm missing is the air conditioner pointed at me.
I could stand in front of it and get cooled off for you. Would that make you feel better?
Maybe. Kind of looks like somebody was smuggling with these.
That's what we're gonna call it. Oh man, we better figure this out, get to the bottom of this. We might have caught the carb smugglers.
Silly carb smugglers.
The carburetor cartels.
The carburetor cartel. Very gentle with these diaphragms. There we go. I guess what we can do is for now, just set them in the ultrasonic the way they are. Foot bowls are not horrible, a little nasty. All right, Dan, now they cook.
Now they cook.
Okay, so this stuff's been soaking for 2 hours, this chain. Look, see that rust? Look at that.
Dang. Yeah, that thing was a rusty mess. I thought you were gonna have to leave it overnight.
I know, right? Look at this.
I guess it might not have been quite as bad as we thought then.
I mean, look at what it was.
Yeah.
So our tank, how's our tank looking? Tank's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's leaking out of the petcock now. So we must have gotten some rust through the system. This is cleaning up nicely.
You're saying that the leaking is a good sign?
I don't know if it's a good sign, but this petcock is tight. Not sure how we're gonna get that to work yet. Guess we'll just have to figure it out. Okay, so we'll let that chain soak a little longer. Where are we at with Carburetor? Oh, look, we're 1 minute to go. Okay, better, definitely better. Got a stuck needle. Now all it's left to do is finish pulling these apart, clean out all the little passages and jets. We're gonna throw them back on the bike, and this thing's gonna go rum, brum, 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 and it's gonna idle. It's so missed. Throw these carbs back on.
They came out easy.
They did come out easy.
That means they'll go back in easy.
Yeah.
That always means that, right?
Yep.
This is why people like you, Craig. You've got just unrelenting optimism.
No sense of getting all bent out of shape. There they go. Nice.
Hey.
Don't have an air box for this bike.
Does that mean it's gonna be like running rich or something?
It'll be running lean because we'll have more air than fuel. We're gonna clean that shaft up a little bit before we throw that cover back.
That shaft looked like it needed the evaporust.
Oh, evaporust. Dude, let's go check on that chain. It's been sitting overnight now. Should I give it a quick scrub? This is strictly for scientific research. I'm just curious. This is not a way to save a rusty chain to throw back on a bike you're gonna ride.
But if you have to,
But if you're
sort of plausible,
it's still
stiff.
stiff.
Is that chain pretty much going to be unworkable?
Yeah, unless we get it to start doing chain things like moving. Now, the tank only soaked for, I don't know, like a couple hours. And look at this. Remember what it looked like? Now look at it.
That's why we do it.
And that has been sitting now like this, empty, overnight. So that's why I use evaporust in tanks, man. This stuff is just phenomenal.
This isn't an ad for evaporust, but they did send us some, and we like it.
Speaking of tank, I do have an issue though. We got a leaky petcock. Is it leaking through that diaphragm there? As of last night, it was all jammed up. So I got the petcock as clean as I could. I don't have a rebuild kit for it, but that's all right. We'll make it work. I got this to move, that's a good sign. We'll do this, put it back on the bike, and it'll probably still leak, but that's okay. Boy, I hope we don't have a pinhole. Up here, the tank's a little rusty in both sides here. Ship shape. All right, back to the carburetors, Dan. We got those tight, we got those tight. Let's tighten up our throttle cable. All right. Really excited to hear this bike fire. Nice. I think what I'd like to do, I'm gonna clean this shaft off here real quick. We're just gonna temporarily bolt this back in. We're gonna set the tank on, run the fuel line, put a little fuel in the tank, fire this bike up.
Fire it up!
Fire it up, fire it up. All right, step one. I'm gonna clean this shaft a hair.
Just a hair.
Just a hair.
Clean the hairs off too. You got some stuff dangling.
We just don't want to have to work as hard when we pull this back off, throw the chain on it, and go for a ride. And I laid my bolts out in order so I know which one goes where. Makes assembly a whole lot quicker. Okay, I'm gonna put a piece of fuel line on there. Tank.
Tank. Put it on. Pour fuel in it. Watch it leak. I mean, I'm sorry, not that last part.
I have a feeling it will maybe still leak.
Nah, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. We'll make it be fine.
Bearded Mechanic, making it fine since 2023. That's what I meant to say.
Kind of would like to put a inline filter in. I think that would be a smart move. Ah, shoot, it's dripping. So we have a leaky petcock. Oh, now we got a leaky fuel filter too.
Is the petcock store open?
It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? It's all right, we'll figure this out here. Hold on. Let's pop this off. Oh, shoot, vacuum line. Oh boy, it's getting serious. Let me try something. Man, I wish I had a rebuild kit.
This is an important lesson.
This is an important lesson.
Life sometimes doesn't give you rebuild kits.
Oh man, why did our little spring washer broke? Why is that broke?
Oh, was that broken before?
No,
Oh, that's very broken.
very. What are the chances I can match up an O-ring close enough? Maybe we can at least slow that leak down enough to make this bike safe enough to go for a ride. See what we can find for an O-ring. Maybe. I don't think this spring washer is going to effectively do its job being broken, but I'm going to put it in there. It's not leaking. Ah, okay, well it's leaking a little bit past there, which is okay.
But it's leaking less.
It's leaking a lot less.
So it's good enough.
It's getting to be.
You're putting it on, so that means it is good enough.
I got gas running to my elbow right now. Yes. Barely. Barely, but we got it. Okay, we're gonna need more gas, I think.
Not leaking.
Dan, I think it's that time. It's everybody's favorite part of the video.
Everybody's favorite.
Let's get this table cleaned up so we can get this bike started.
It's such a favorite part of the video, some people skip straight to it.
Don't give them any ideas.
Everybody that does it, they do it.
They do it?
They do it.
does it? Let's put this headlight back on.
You mean you? You put this headlight back on.
Let us.
I'm just kidding. We're putting it on.
Let us.
The audience is helping you put it on with their love and support.
Hopefully after I put this together and I turn the key on, the ignition switch still works.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, would have never done that before.
Did that really all come from the bike?
Yeah, we'll probably get more too when it finally fires out.
Really appreciate that mess.
Let's put a little more gas in. We're leaking some gas. Where are we leaking gas from?
Where's the leak?
Oh,
I don't see.
That float bowl's leaking.
Oh, cool. Now the carb leaks. Never seen that before.
Ay. Of course. I think with a, if I'd get a carb rebuild kit, that would have really done wonders here on this carburetor.
Does that mean we're just gonna ignore it for now?
Yeah, but these carbs cleaned up, like with the quick cleaning I did, they definitely cleaned up good enough that they deserve, a little extra work. Should be a decent set of carburetors. This bike looks really good with those stupid army boxes off and just that line, like, that's a good looking bike.
Probably needs a new seat.
Needs the seat recovered. Should give us enough gas to do what we need to do, I hope.
Give us enough gas to watch it leak out of something else.
Man, I hope not. I hope not. All right. Let's turn this to prime. Are we gonna get some fuel flowing? Okay. Fresh oil, fresh plugs, clean carburetors, clean petcock, batteries on the charger. Where's my gas cap? Let's put that on.
So I mean, it's time to slap it on and fire up.
I think we're ready to give this thing a fire. What do you say, Dan?
Love it. You went above and beyond this time, Craig. You're not even using an IV stand?
No,
We're actually using the fuel delivery system.
We went right to using the tank. All right, fingers crossed. We get lights. Yes.
So since this is electric start, instead of how many kicks, is it like how many?
How many cranks?
How many cranks?
I'm going 4.
That's a low number of cranks.
Okay, everybody ready? Let's see what happens here. I'm excited. Contact. Look at that junk that fell out! Yo! Hey, Craig! You wasn't on the money with that 4! Dude, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah!
Backfired a little bit. Air box and some air cleaners, rejet it. That would be fantastic.
Yo! There it goes. Don't want to stop.
Dude, how fantastic is this?
Carbs dripping again.
Stop dripping, carburetor.
Craig, what's that smell?
Whew. Mouse pee.
Yo, look at this huge chunk that fell out.
Oh, is that like a cicada?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a mud dauber nest, dude.
Ugh.
Or a cigar.
Or someone just jammed a cigar up there. How did that smell?
Amazing.
Like mold?
Now all that's left to do is I want to maybe find some pods that I can throw in here because I don't have an airbox. Chain, and then we go take this thing for a spin.
Spin!
Let's check out this chain that we've been soaking for funsies. Oh man, still tight as can
Is
be.
it still?
Not saying we couldn't get it.
It's still rock solid.
That thing is.
Maybe if we soak it over the weekend, it'll be fine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nope, still doesn't move. All right, we got to count these links so we can cut the new chain. Let's put it over here on a messy table. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 101. What did I say? 102 with the master. 101. Well, we counted the links, and that other chain was the same as this one. So that just goes to show you like how much it stretched over the years. That'll all line up. Remember, which way does the master link go, Dan?
So that when the wheel spins, it keeps it on.
So which way is
The
it?
direction of travel. Toward it.
Toward it. Oh, look, hunky dory. Okay. It's a little notch you want that to sit in.
Got like some herbs or something sticking out of there. There we go.
There.
I shouldn't have touched that. Ugh.
Want to touch them? The herbs.
Don't touch the motorcycle herbs.
Take some measurements. Where's my measurement taker? Oh, sitting in a puddle of oil. Oh yeah, we just soaked the caliper in some ATF over the weekend. Hit the on button and oil comes out. Roughly 8.35. All right, that looks pretty good. There, that's how you make a zip tie battery strap. We got a chain. It starts, it does things. Let's get off the table, go for a ride. man, I didn't realize this bike had gear indicators. How cool is that? Look, number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to get those slides to open up. Come on. Yeah.
Greg, I don't think she's gonna let you do burnouts.
That's no fun. All right, we got things kind of situated. I'm gonna try to take it up and down the road a little bit. I don't have a front brake at all.
You don't have a front brake? That doesn't constitute as a front brake?
That's not holding any sort of fluid there, so that's a thing. Can't forget that. All right, key on, neutral on. Run around first gear, second gear. Oh, there's that bog. We're just sucking too much air. It's really hard to get it wound out without air cleaners or having it jetted right. But hey, it's a whole lot better than sitting behind a barn somewhere going to waste. Man, listen to that thing purr. And there you have it. 1980 Suzuki GS 450. One more saved from behind a barn. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dan's gonna throw a video here and here. Check those out. I know you're gonna love them. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.